because ladies are naturally good with numbers. They start by keeping their age a secret, always 16. When you ask them how old they are, 16. So you can imagine how good this female guru is going to be. She was the panel chairperson for the Dubai International Trade and Summit. And rumors has it that when she come back to the US, her calculators begin to sparkle and cha-ching and spew out Dubai money and currency. So that's a rumor. Anyways, let's hear from her side of the story. Let's welcome the fabulous Margareth Avila. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. Elvis, very nice to see you again. Boston, thank you so much for holding me today. And everybody that is here with us tonight, I really appreciate you. I know there's lots of events happening, but today was an opportunity for myself to come and introduce myself and the company. But maybe before we go through like the money and the business, which I love, but my mission here tonight is to make sure that every single woman that want to become whatever they want to become, they can. Call it in finance world, in media and entertainment, in fashion industry, anything that is possible. My name is Margareth Gonzalez. I'm the founder and CEO of Capital Variation. I was born and raised in Colombia in the 90s, so it was a very difficult time for women to make or be somebody. We had been persecuted by many different armed groups and guerrillas back in the 90s in Colombia. It was a very, very difficult time to be safe. So my parents both are entrepreneurs. I saw them while I growing up, having many businesses, being successful, not so successful so many times, but I grew up with the entrepreneurial spirit, and I knew it that if I work hard and if I add value to my communities and if I create an impact of what I believe and I'm passionate about, the rest will follow. So today I'm here. I've opened Capital Variation, our entity, over 4 months ago in London, in New York City. Originally, the company was founded back in 2019 in London, and I knew that if I wanted to impact many different communities and women around the world, I needed to go global. Hence, I decided to open up a branch in Dubai in 2022, right when pandemic happened and the Brexit appeared in London. So there was an opportunity. I'm very good at creating opportunities while there's chaos. It's scary, but I always think that in the midst of chaos, there is opportunity. I didn't come from a very prominent background or university, but I always had a dream to work with very important people, brilliant minds, and now some of our customers come from Harvard, MIT, Oxford. I work with many different pension funds, institutional investors, family offices, and we build a very strong network of investors, which I call family. So we work with 5 or 6 different companies per year. Most of them are any different category of investments, any industry. I like to spot the opportunities where I can see, I can build a network around that, they can achieve their dreams, and we can raise money within. So I love talking to different type of companies as well as investors. The most important thing I think for every single person in this room is to make sure that if I can build a company out of thin air with literally no expertise or no rich parents or no sophisticated universities, although I love to come to Harvard and give one of the speeches. We can do through partnerships, through value creation, to possibilities showing our network and our investors what's possible, and to create an impact, right? So the years of transformation since 2019, again, we've built a very strong network of family offices throughout Europe. I, from day one, worked with 2 or 3 family offices. Now we have a network of more than 20,000 investors within our network. Again, after the pandemic, we decided to branch out in Dubai, and right after being there for 3 years, I established relationships with some sovereign wealth funds, Saudi, Qatar, Kuwait, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, very strong network of investors. And then quickly we know that we needed to impact communities and we needed to follow the ESG guidance, so impact environmental, social governance goals, which most of you, I'm sure you all know. There's 70 different goals, and we want to participate and make sure that each and every single goal is within our investment horizon, or we can impact in any given scenario. So call it working with women, call it working supporting children, universities, impacting communities, providing many different investments that cover some of the goals. Again, we've worked and impacted more than 300 investors since we established Capital Variation. Again, we're more than 20,000 people network, and whenever we partner with a company that wants to fundraise and they want to complete their run of investments, we're able to introduce very targeted investors towards that company. So things get funded very quickly because we're quite selective on who we talk to, who we work with, and want to make sure that our investors are happy with what we offer to them or what we present to them. Again, we have a global market reach in Dubai and London, and now very happy to be here in your city. It's such an amazing atmosphere, international, full of energy, vibe. So for me, New York City has been one of the greatest things we've done so far. So if you're looking at raising capital or building a community, we're doing that. We have done capital acquisitions and placements, M&As, debt, equity, deal creation, invoice and cash flow financing. So given that we have such a strong network of investors and families, we pretty much can help fund anything from seed series to pre-IPOs, mergers and acquisitions. We just need to understand what you're looking for and we find it for you. Again, our team, it's pretty much based everywhere around the world. So we have an office here, there we have an office in London where we oversee some of the partnerships in Europe, and we oversee some of the partnerships that are in Dubai through different partnerships and organizations. Again, some of our targets and metrics is making an impact. That's the most important thing for me, to be able to impact communities and the ecosystem and the global economy world. We love to have more access to different sorts of partnerships. So if you're here today and if you're looking to partner with other companies and if you like to be part of a huge international network, which we have, although I look very young, I worked probably tirelessly for the last 7 or 8 years of my career, building a very strong foundation of companies and community. So we have different sources of funding. As I said earlier, we've had partnerships with sovereign wealth funds, venture capitalists, family offices, which are pretty much our bread and butter. Boutique investment banks. We've done some work with governments, such as Colombia. I'm Colombian myself, so we've done some funding for the government back in 2022 for impact and healthcare. And we do trade expert and supply chain for companies who wants to grow in the Middle East or Europe if desired. We have different type of partnerships that we can do. We just need to identify what is the brand message that you want to show, what is the sell channel and marketing that we can support you on so you can complete your funding raise, and then how we can best support you on business development. Again, everything that we do is based on people. If we can help others, and if we can impact our communities, our business can flourish here or anywhere around the world. We've worked very much on digitalization and also innovation. So we do recently partnerships with many different entities and universities to be able to showcase our services and digitalize as much as possible. We have a mandate on AI distribution now, so we have a very interesting mandate in the artificial intelligence space, and we like to bring that within our organization. So everything we do is pretty much against the market, not with the market, not against the market. Yeah, and these are some of the partnerships and alliances that we have. As you can see, some of those are Mubadala in Dubai, the Abu Dhabi Investment Council in Abu Dhabi. We have family offices such as Raptor in Boston, Trade with Finance in Germany. These are just a few of the partnerships that we do. We work closely with Aramco in Saudi Arabia, with their venture capital arms, which are 3 of them for early stage companies. And yes, again, ESG, environmental social governance, is everything for our company. We try to integrate those metrics as much as possible in everything we do. But again, once again, thank you so much for having me today over here. One impact at a time. I hope that the women that are here, I can inspire you, and if I can add any value to what you're building or what you're doing, please make sure that you come to us, to our gatherings together with Elvis. And so happy to be here, and thanks a lot for having me.
Thank you, Margaret.